And the bones came together, bone to bone. Indeed, as I looked, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them over. But there was no breath. And he said to me, prophesy to the breath, prophesy, son of man, and say to the breath, thus says the Most High, Elohim, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe on these slain, that they may live. Now, how many of us know this is not the consuming fire, but the life-giving wind of the Most High? Which there's a big difference. Hallelujah. And I'm going to tell you here in a minute. Then he said to me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Yasharal. So this don't have nothing to do with the hip bone and the neck bone and the thigh bone song they sing in church when they preaching this. No, this is for the whole house of Yasharal. Ain't none of them ever mentioned Yasharal. It was always a who could preach the best dry bone message when I was coming up. A hot mess. They indeed say our bones are dry and hope is lost, and we ourselves are cut off from our land, cut off from from our land and from our other brothers and sisters. Therefore prophesy and say to them, thus says the Most High, Elohim, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up from the graves and bring you into the land of Yasharal. See, this sounds like restoration on the family. Then you shall know that I am the Most High when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up from the graves. I will put my Ruach in you, and you shall live, and I will place you in your own land, our own property. Then you shall know that I, the Most High, have spoken it and performed it, says the Most High. Now that we have returned to our Elohim, the Most High, Yahuwah Sabaoth, he fights for us as that consuming fire that destroyed us. So family, like I said, we're the, what was that word? We're the betoken, that sign, that indication, that warning of what's coming. The exemplum, the example or the model of what not to do. We're the model that you should obey the Most High in what he says. And we see there in Deuteronomy 9:3, therefore understand today that the Most High, your Elohim, is he who goes over before you as a consuming fire. Now this is what he was telling the children of Yasharal before they was going back into the land. At that time, he would destroy them and bring them down before you. So you shall drive them out and destroy them quickly, as the Most High has said to you. We have been given our own kingdom back. Praise the Most High. Then we see there in Hebrews 12:28-29, therefore, since we are receiving an unshakable kingdom, let us be filled with gratitude, and so worship Yah acceptably with reverence and awe, for our Elohim is a consuming fire. And we don't want no more of that. After these last 400, really about 2,000 some years, we don't want no more opposition to the Most High's will. And this is what he showed me. I was in prayer when I had a vision of a wind tunnel blowing overhead. It was like I was staring out, family, but I was seeing this invisible, looked like a wind tunnel, but it was totally invisible. But all I saw was a grouping of wind, just looked like a cloud, but it was just like a force of wind blowing over my head, and it was like, and without a twist. It looked like a tornado, but without the twist, just a straight blowing, a tunnel. Or it was like one of those huge cheerleading megaphones but invisible, blowing a strong wind straight overhead. And quite out for a few hundred yards, I guess. I don't want to say miles because I wasn't looking that far. Then all of a sudden, it's as if someone struck a match and the wind ignited into a tunnel, or as I said before, an invisible megaphone blowing a very powerful force of fire. And as soon as it was lit, it said whoosh, and started blowing into a straight column, a straight hot fire. And I was looking ahead, and everything out in front of me was scorched, burnt up. I understand that our voice speaking back his words into the earth today is the wind. However, the fire is his Ruach HaKodesh, empowering it to consume. Just as the fire was blowing, just as the power to blow on and into those dry bones, bringing life back to Yasharal. But the fire is totally different from just the wind. They're both coming from the same Ruach, but it's all about what the command is, what the words are. Just like the word we spoke on the other day, it was a destroy. So that word is going to be different. That's not going to bring the life-giving breath like he breathed into Adam and Eve, or blew onto our dead bones, bringing that spiritual life. But this is consuming fire that's going to burn up whatever is sent out to burn up. Just like the text says, his word goes forth to bring to do what he sent it out to do, and it won't come back void. The wind and fire will consume all who attempt to oppose the Most High Yahuwah Sabaoth's plan of restoring his people. We see this in 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then the lawless one will be revealed, whom the Most High will consume with the breath of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming. The breath of his mouth. All they need to do is speak the word. And that's what I wrote in my notes. All we must need to do is speak the words given to us to speak by our commander-in-chief, and he will do the rest. And that's so important, family. We're not just out here speaking okie-dokie words anytime, just picking one out the sky. No, these are words coming from his Ruach HaKodesh, according to the season we're in, to bring about his will, his plan, his desires on this earth. And then we see there in Jeremiah 33, the excellence of the restored nation. Moreover, the word of the Most High came to Jeremiah a second time. I think it's called Jeremiah in the Hebrew, but came to Jeremiah a second time while he was still shut up in the court of the prison, saying, "Thus says the Most High who made it, the Elohim who formed it to establish it. Yahuwah is his name. Call to me and I will answer you and show you great and inaccessible mighty things which you do not know. For thus says the Most High, the Elohim of Yasharal, concerning the houses of this city, the houses of the kings of Yehudah, which have been pulled down to fortify against the siege mounds and the sword. They have come to fight with the Chaldeans, but only to fill their places with the dead bodies of men whom I will slay in my anger and my fury, all for whose wickedness I have hidden my face from this city. Behold, I will bring it health and healing. I will heal them and reveal to them the abundance of shalom and truth." Now this is afterwards. And this is in the time we're in now. Let's read that again. "Behold, I will bring it health and healing. I will heal them and reveal to them the abundance of peace and truth," or shalom and truth. "And I will cause the captives of Yehudah and the captives of Yasharal to return, and will rebuild those places.